Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Crystal with the C, coming back at you with another reaction for Stranger Things Season 2. Clearly you see that I'm trying to go ahead and watch these in a row. I'm wearing the same outfit, I'm sitting in the same position. So we're here for episode 4, which is called Will the Wise. Episode 3 was called The Pollywog, and during episode 3 we saw what Dustin pulled out of the trash can from episode 2. He pulled out the little worm thing, which I knew that's what the joint was when like in episode 1 you kept hearing the little noise or whatever. I said, I bet that's that worm that Will coughed up in at the finale of season 1 last year. So, and that's what we found out it was. Dustin found it in his trash can, and he's affectionately named it D'Artagnan after, I think, the fourth musketeer. I don't know. I think so. But, so he calls it Dart for short. He's kind of keeping it as a little pet. He has some type of attachment to it. He's like, oh, Dart, trust me. And you can see that Dart, the little, thing, that's what they call it, the pollywog, because it's similar to like a tadpole in its appearance, and it looks like a little amphibian. So yeah, so you see that Dart does not like heat or lights. It hurts him, and so he kind of likes dark places, or it does, or whatever it is, I don't know. And then you see more flashbacks of Hopper and Elle, how they came to connect. You also see where Elle left the little shack where they're staying, because she was trying to reach out and find Will, because she felt like Hopper was kind of lying to her and telling her, because he's like, oh, you'll be able to see Mike soon, I just want to make sure it's safe. And she's like, well, when is soon? He's like, well, I don't know. And so she got upset, and now so she's out and about trying to connect with Mike. And so Hopper went to the lab people, and you find out, I guess, that the deal that he made was that he would cover up all the stuff that went down last year in the town, as long as the lab people would, keep their stuff contained to the lab. But he started investigating with the pumpkins and with all the mutilation and stuff with the crops and with the pumpkins, and it all was leading back to the lab. So he made that connection last episode. Then you saw Nancy and Steve were fighting because Nancy, when she was drunk at that Halloween party, told Steve that she didn't love him, and she didn't, even when she was sober, she didn't deny that that's, kind of how she felt. So her and Jonathan are kind of aligning again, and she's wanting to essentially tell Barb's mom the truth about what happened. So her and Jonathan get together, and then they agree to they call Barb's mom and agree to meet with her at a certain place and time to talk about Barb. You don't really know, it didn't get into like what they were going to do or what the plan was, so maybe we'll see that this episode. Will's still having visions again of the upside down. And then like when Dustin introduces them to the little creature Dart, Will has the flashbacks, and he realizes that Dart is actually the little worm that he coughed up from season 1. He ain't tell nobody about. So he tells he finally now tells the rest of the group, and Dustin still ain't hearing it. And he's like, oh no, Dart is my friend or whatever. Just because he came from the upside down, that don't make him evil. But honey, what you gonna do with him? He not a pet. Like he clearly is growing, and he can't stay in this dimension. That's not acceptable. He got to go back to where he from. So that's not, like, I don't know what Dustin is thinking. Like, you gonna have a pet Demogorgon? I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. but so Dustin is not really having it. He's lying to the rest of the group and telling them that, oh well, I don't know where Dart went. Elle is at the school trying to connect with Mike, but sees Max and gets a little upset. Will tries to confront the big worm monster thing, and then it starts like going down his throat. That's kind of where we left off. I don't know what's happened. Hopefully Will's okay, and we'll see that, whatever. And then Joyce, looks at the VHS tape from the Halloween and sees an outline of the monster thing too. So she's kind of now recognizing that something else is going on besides what Will is telling her. So again, without further ado, that's my recap. We're going to go ahead and get into episode 4, Will the Wise, and see what has happened to Will and the rest of the group. All right, guys. Bye.
Will, sweetie, wake up. It's Mom. Will.
Oh, crap. absolutely terrifying.
Please, wake up, please. Wake up.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm trying to get my heart rate. Will the wise.
R-A-T. Rat. Hey!
Dang.
What the hell is wrong with you? Ah! Hey! 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 Hey!
Dang.
Open this door! Open the damn door! You want to go out in the world? You better grow up! Grow
Wow.
the hell up!
But I'll be back soon. Sound good?
Leave him. I bet he gonna mess with the cat or something. The cat always is the casualty.
I can cool it down a little bit, baby, but we gotta get your body temp back up. No. What? He likes it cold.
Oh crap. No.
Joyce Byers is called 8 times already this morning. 8 times. For my
Yeah.
please.
Get your life together, huh? So do they have no plan?
15 minutes.
All of a sudden the car ain't working.
Trouble with your car, miss? I can give you two a lift if you like.
Nah, we good.
I mean, I don't think they're old memories at all. They're now memories happening all at once now.
Can you describe these now memories?
Oh, that's smart, Joyce. Yeah. Joyce always got the answer, man, like with the Christmas light.
And if Will really has true sight, I mean, if he can really see into the upside down, maybe he saw that shadow again yesterday.
So that's why he was frozen like that.
Maybe.
Can it hurt him? I mean, if this shadow thing isn't from our world.
I'm not sure. Dustin?
Well, if you're in another plane, you can't interact with the material plane. So theoretically, no, the shadow can't hurt him.
Yeah, if that's even what's happening. This isn't D&D. This is real life.
So what do?
We acquire more knowledge. I'll go to Will's after school. See what's going on. You guys stay here and find Dart.
Dart? What's he got to do with this?
Will hurt him in the upside down. I don't know how yet, but he's got to be connected to all this. He's got to be. And if we find Dart, maybe we can solve this thing. Maybe we can help Will.
Yeah, Dustin. You want the little monster or your friend? Come on now. Listen, get your life together.
See what really killed your friend? Teddy.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to see. I'm good. We already saw it.
We understand each other now, don't we?
Joyce, I love you, man. I love you, Joyce.
I mean, maybe it's roots, because remember he was saying it was spreading and...
Killing. So they were killing. Vines.
Oh, is he looking for the vines? Oh, crap. Can she read that?
Ives. Terry.
Oh, she's gonna find out about her mom. Oh my gosh. reaching out to her.
Three to the right, four to the left, 450. Jay. Mama.
Dang, like Elna had everything taken from her. Oh.
It's about the shadow monster, isn't it?
You gonna tell her? Yeah. Let's start connecting again like we did in season 1. Come on. Let's start telling the truth, guys. That was the plan, to get captured.
One's responsible for what happened to your brother and there's Hal and Steph. They're gone.
You still want to do this?
Let's burn that lab to the ground.
Gone. Yeah, the cat gone. Cat dead.
Dirk, I've got to talk to you, buddy. It's about my friend Will. I think...
Yeah. Good job, Dustin. Good job. Cat's gone. Yeah, Dark gonna be eating on you next, Dustin. Keep on playing. Dark said he was tired of them 3 musketeers. He said, Dad cannot, I can't live on chocolate alone. Yep, there it is. Why are you stupid, Dustin? I can't. I was like, listen, I'm not here for it. It's getting dark again. Hop out here in these woods. He's out here at night in these woods, though. And what is that? What is that? I think you better call the lab people. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. Y'all. Oh, the upside down has come to you, Hawkins. Oh, the episode's over. I can't. Okay. Alright, that is episode 4, Will the Wise. Oh, my heart at the end of these episodes. My heart just ain't right. Okay, I don't even know what I just watched, y'all. Let me do a recap. Let me try to do something. Okay, so at the end of this episode, we see like, because Hopper kind of put it together what Will was drawing. He was like, oh, he's drawing like vines, like weeds. And so I guess this is I don't know what this is. I don't know what's really going on. So I guess like it has to be like Hopper said when he, like in the previous episode, that like everything was centering around the lab. So I guess like what it's doing is it's like putting roots into the ground and it's destroying and killing everything in its path. So like I guess like the corruption, or I don't know what to say about it. I guess I gotta see another episode to see what's really going down. But but Hopper figured that out. Will, is knowing, is seeing like how I guess the upside down is starting to spread into this dimension. So that's I guess what he's seeing in the visions that he's getting. Then what else? You got Nancy and Jonathan who said they were gonna meet Barb's mom, and then got captured by the lab people. The lab people were telling them like, if people know the truth, and it starts getting spread out there, the Soviets and our enemies, could try to replicate this. And so really, which it really kind of don't make sense to me how Nancy had that little recorder and they wouldn't check them when they came in. They got all these people with guns at security, but nobody secured Nancy and Jonathan when they came in. That don't make sense to me, but nonetheless, Nancy and Jonathan recorded kind of like what the guy was saying as far as the people that were responsible for Barbara's death, as well as for Will's disappearance in the first season. So they got all that recorded on a cassette tape. So I guess they're gonna maybe give that to Barbara's mom, or put it out there in the public for people to hear. I don't know. Either way, whatever they do is gonna definitely negatively impact Hopper, because he's made a deal with these people that he was gonna cover up the truth as long as the lab stuff stayed in the lab. But the deal is null and void anyway, because clearly the lab stuff hasn't stayed in the lab and it's spread into the town. I don't even know how, after all this happened last year with the lab people, how they still operating in your town. Like, I don't understand. Like, but I guess whatever. I don't know. But then you got the group of boys. They're still looking for the little monster Dart. Dustin still was hiding Dart, and then they not treat Maxine right. Max, because essentially they want her to be a part of the group, but they don't want to share any information about what's going on in the group. So then Lucas is like, oh, well, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? And I'm like, why do you think she's acting like that? Because you're saying you want her to be a part, but then you're excluding her. So it's either one or the other. You either, have this full disclosure and let her help you and all that, or you say deuces, kick her out. So then there's something weird going on with Max and Billy, I guess is the boy's name, and we assume that this is her brother, but he's very kind of aggressive and abusive toward Max. You don't know what his deal is. He's like, well, we're a family now and I have to care. Maybe he's her stepbrother or something. I don't know. The relationship's not very clear, and kind of like why he's treating her that way is not very clear. So I don't know what's going on there. Elle finds some documents in the little place that she's staying in with Hopper that I guess lead her to believe that, this woman, Terry Ives, is her mother. So she reaches out to her, and it seems like they do have somewhat of a connection. So those are kind of the highlights from this episode, Will the Wise. So, and then Dart, like Dustin put him in the cage, was like, hey, Dart, I'll be back soon, blah, blah, blah. And clearly, which I knew was going to happen, Dart done, chomped on the cat. Dart said he don't want no more Three Musketeers. He wants some meat. So, and now Dart is starting to look like the Demogorgon from season 1, because clearly that's what happens when little monsters grow up. They grow up into their adult monster counterparts. So, Dart looking like, the 3-tentacled little monster. So, so I don't know what Dustin gonna do, because, Dustin gonna get chopped on next. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I may watch another episode if I can get the space on my phone, or I may have to stop here and edit, you guys. So I'll see. I actually want to try to get one more episode in before it gets dark, and then maybe we'll see about trying to edit these episodes and move forward from there. But so that was episode 4, Will the Wise. So the next one would be episode 5, which I don't know what that one's called. But yeah, that's my reaction to episode 4. My heart's still kind of racing. My heart be racing. Like, I'm like, Lord, I'm not made for this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment below. What did you think of this episode? What do you think about what Dustin was trying to do? And what do you think about the people in the episode? I feel like they essentially fallen into the same pattern from last season, where everybody's got stuff and separate storylines going on, and we not communicating yet again. So at some point, it's gonna come together. I know, probably toward the end of the season, and everybody's gonna be working together to try to stop the spread of the upside down, Demogorgon, Shayla on crack, cocaine. I don't know what the little monster's called, or the tentacle monster's called. I don't know what to call it. So, the mama did McGorgon. I don't know what it is, but they're all essentially going to work together in the end to try to stop it. So I know that it's going to come to a culmination of that. So anyway, comment below. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and make sure, most of all, you subscribe to my channel for more reactions, and make sure you hit the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload my next reaction. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.